Hello class, welcome back. We're going to be talking about mortgages a little bit today, but instead of looking at houses, we're going to look at scenarios. So we have a few people, Tremaine, Carlin, and Bryce, and they're all looking for homes at different values with different down payments and different interest rates. So we are going to go back to the mortgage calculator that we used the last 2 days in our kind of warm up to mortgage activity. The different questions that we are going to answer are going to revolve around this information here. So for Tremaine, he's got a house that he's interested in with an average cost of $145,000. He has saved $15,000 in down payment. He's pre-approved for a 30-year term on his fixed mortgage at an interest rate of 4.38%. We're going to find the monthly payment going to the mortgage calculator. You'll recognize this from the other day. Remember to wait. We need to give it a second for the mortgage calculator here to pop up. You're going to input your price of the house here, your down payment here, your length of terms here, and interest rate here. And then you're given your monthly payment. We, for the sake of this activity, are going to also use amateurization schedules. As we move down to the second question and question 3 part B, and on some of the other ones, anytime you see amateurization schedule, you are going to go from the payment breakdown to amateurization schedule. Notice when we get here, we can put extra money down as a down payment, but we're not going to do that yet. That'll come later on in this assignment. But what we will do here under the amateurization schedule is we're going to scroll down and see how here, this is the first date that you have to start making payments on the loan. Over here is how much you're paying in a check. The principal, remember, goes down to pay down the debt. The interest is what you owe the bank extra. And the balance is how much left you owe on the principal. Remember, like when buying cars and credit cards, the principal is what you borrowed. The interest is extra commission. And the way that mortgages are set up, you pay more interest in the beginning and a little principal. And near the end, you end up paying lots of principal and a little interest. So as I scroll down, I want you to watch the principal and interest columns. The principal column will get bigger because you're paying more towards the principal as time goes on, and the interest column will get smaller in dollar amounts. Notice how these gray totals are coming up? This is what we're going to actually use to answer question number 2. We're going to go down to the loan is totally paid off, and we know that when our scrolling here gets us to the bottom of the loan. This is a 30-year loan, so we're going to see 30 gray things. As we get down, oh my gosh, it keeps going. As we get down, we see it's ended. Our last check, the last time we'll have to pay for the loan is in February on the 23rd in 2051. Whoa, that's 30 years from now. In the end, right here, we have paid $88,298 in total interest. We've paid $130,000 in principal. Now this is just what's in mine. Don't write this as your answer. This is just a random loan. I'm just showing you how to look at the amortization schedule. And for that 130 in principal, when you add these two together and calculate everything else, that's $218,000. That's crazy. Again, don't use this information. We're just using this to look at the amateurization schedule. As we move down on the sheet, they change some different pieces of information. But remember, anytime it says amateurization schedule, you're going to click here Payment breakdown is how much we're paying per month. When we go to the second scenario, again, there's information highlighted, but then there's this part here for Carlin that houses are selling in the area between $75,000 and $95,000. So we're going to have to do some guess and checking. And it even says that here, guess and check. What does guess and check mean? Well, what guess and check means, again, these are my numbers. These are not the numbers for the problem. Guess and check means that if I'm looking for a house in the $75,000 range, I'm saying, given this other information here, how much is it a month? And then I try, well, I wonder what it is a month for $80,000. Oh, look at that. Monthly payments with insurance, taxes is $561, but the principal's $372. What's going to happen if I make this $90,000? Oops, $90,000. That goes up to $618. The monthly principal and interest is $419, and that amortization schedule is calculated off of this information, not on homeowners insurance or property tax. This is what it costs to live in your house, but this is what it costs to actually buy your house. So you are going to guess and check by manipulating this information. Under Carlin in question number 7, it says, what if she could make an extra $50 a month payment? $50 each month extra. Where could I type that information? Better keep reading on to see. Maybe Mr. Benson and Miss Hoffman gave me a hint, like they did all over the rest of the page. Add $50 each month. There is a hint. At the top of the amortization schedule, add an extra $50 monthly payment. Type in 50. This is in blue. This is in blue. It must be something I need to look for. So I go back to the mortgage calculator, go back to the amortization schedule, and it said again, extra monthly payment $50. So I'm going to look for these words because they're in quotes. Extra monthly, add an extra monthly payment. That's where I type the 50. Or I could use the up arrow and type it 50 times. Or I could say, hey, I'm saving time. I'll just type 50 there. Bam. Now, what was that question again? The question was, how much interest would she save? Amortization, remember, interest total, you've got to scroll all the way down on the amortization chart. All the way down. We got to go 30 years to 2051. It's not 2051 anymore. It's 2045. Because we paid the extra, it got paid off sooner. Again, do not use my numbers. I'm just showing you how to use the calculator. My information isn't necessarily the same for the answer. I wouldn't want to give that away. Nate says, what month and year does she pay it off? Well, again, in my answer for my scenario, it now gets paid off. Well, it doesn't go down any further. Oh, 0. When it hits 0 here, it's October 23rd, 2045. Wow. It's a $90,000 house, but I end up paying $138,000. Why did I pay so much more? Or why did Carolyn pay so much more? Like $40,000 more? Was she crazy? Oh yeah, interest. You have to pay interest because it's not our money. Wow. Houses are more expensive than even the sticker price. Crazy. So, Ms. Hoffman's my big hint to you. Look at the highlighted words, look at the bold words, look at the underlined words. If you're not sure, look at the directions. It's important to read everything. That's why we spend the time going back through these sheets and highlighting and underlining and breaking things up into pieces and columns. If you're not sure, first look and try to understand the directions and the hints. Have a good day.